I think so.
He ain't
What?
playing
You
that,
want
man.
to
He ain't playing
fuck?
like dudes with money. It don't matter. I don't know why you're thinking because he got money, he ain't gonna be frugal. And he not gonna just be giving y'all. If that was the case, you would see a lot of these moguls just, you know what I'm saying, freely giving them. They ain't doing that. So y'all in the fantasy world.
But Stack, wouldn't it depend? Because let's say a Michael Jordan, right? $100,000 to Michael Jordan, and I'm just making that up, is like $20 to maybe some of us. So is that maybe they're giving things that doesn't mean a lot to them, but
It's
mean a
not
lot to us.
a lot
But
of
it's
men with
about you
money.
asking. You're not supposed to ask.
A lot of
Oh no,
men
no,
with
no,
money,
no.
right?
I agree,
They
Melanin.
they like women that have their own bags. I'm telling you, man.
That's what I thought.
Like,
I thought you had to match
like
their money.
earlier in the panel, I had said that I won't date a woman that's not educated and a woman that doesn't have a career. And the woman got offended because I said that. And I was like, why would I want to be with a woman that doesn't have an education or have any type of value to herself? And because it was a white tea person, and I was like, I don't know, like, in different cultures, like, it's important for our daughters to be educated and have their own type of careers. Because even if I'm married to a woman, like, if something
Period.
was to happen to me, how would she take care of my children and herself?
Right.
It's common sense. And like the white tea people, the man and the women were offended. And I'm like, man, all right, man,
It's different strokes for different folks, right? There's
Exactly.
some men who want their wives to be just stay at home wives and they want to take care of her. There's nothing wrong with that. Then there's other men who don't mind their wives working. I just think we have to stop judging how other people live their lives and let people live their lives, whatever works for them, whatever works for their marriage, whatever works for their children. There's not one way to do things, and everyone is always saying my way is the right way. Because I don't agree with something you're doing, King, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's not right for me, but it's right for you. We are
Exactly.
so judgmental and we're so quick to tell people they're wrong for living their lives. Live your life and be happy. We
That
don't
part,
owe nobody nothing.
Because at the end of the
Oh
day,
God.
when I find the woman that I desire, like, I'm not gonna be over here looking for validation from nobody else. That's
Right.
between me and my partner, and that's it. You know.
Facts.
It's
Are we
expiration
ready,
date.
ho? Are
Yeah,
you ready?
yeah.
Is this it?
Oh, y'all, whoa. All them people that jumped up in here.
Yeah. You already got
Jump
70
in.
in.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. Well, come on, y'all. Come. Well, hold on. Yeah. It's cool. Y'all don't hit the music off, right?
Yes.
Gotta cut that off. All right, come on, y'all gonna turn it up. Thanos, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that one in here. I couldn't get that one in here. It was too much. They couldn't see it, so I'm gonna have to. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna get it. We'll try it. We're gonna try that one another day. But come on, Miss Christina. I your anecdotal, but let's talk about no black man is. I can't even see it. Is being loved perfectly unless he has money. Unless you want to start us,
That's true.
huh?
I
Come
said
on.
that's true. That's true. Um, Especially with other races, and I can say that because my brother, and I'm gonna use him as an example. Before he became a traveling welder, he was not. I mean, he had stuff going on. Women always liked him, but other races didn't like him until he started making that big money. You get what I'm saying? So, but he stuck with his black queen, and I told him, I said, "Listen, let me tell you something. That girl stuck with you when you ain't had nothing. They only coming to you because you got something. So, no, you might want to stick with what you know instead of going with what you don't know, because those people don't really like you for real. So that is true. That's very true. This right here is very true. They are not loved correctly,
Okay.
and it don't last. And I'm gonna tell you, when if they leave the person that they've been with for a minute, that's been there for them, and they leave and go to somebody else, it don't work. It never works. That's why I was on my brother behind about it. I'm like, no, don't be fooled. Don't get out there thinking they really like you for real, because they don't.
Like the NFL guys?
That too. My brother makes us a lot of money. Now let me tell you something, and I don't want to sound bad.
Come on.
What y'all think about the NFL guy who the girl, he was waiting outside for the girl while she was partying, and what's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know
That's
who
his
I'm talking
wife
about.
now.
He tripping.
Right.
Yeah, what y'all think about it? He married her.
You
I
talking
know
about
that's
Travis Hunter?
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Like,
I put Travis Hunter up there.
hey,
They
at the
don't
end
like.
of the
I'm
day,
gonna tell you now. They don't like you. You better get with somebody that know you for real and love you genuinely, because you're gonna get messed up.
hey, what happens if you get sick?
Boy's a fool though. He
They
went.
If
gone.
he
You
lose
ain't
it
lying
all,
to
she
a
They
family.
leaving.
gone.
She
They are
leaving if he lose
gone.
it all. She leaving. She not staying with him.
He's not
I
If he
mean,
staying
lose it
sign
with
no
all.
That's what
you.
I'm
prenup.
saying. What type of
I
pep
think
talk
it's
would
cool
y'all
because
have
he's
gave
young and he
him?
got to learn. He good.
The pep talk I would have
Right.
gave him was the
He
pep
ain't
talk I
40
gave
or
my
50,
brother.
a
Stick
young
with
boy.
what
I
you
think he,
know.
huh?
The pep talk. The
She's
pep
a
talk
pimp.
I would have gave him was the one I would have gave my brother, and that was stick with what you know. Stick with what had your back the whole time.
Cause
Do not.
didn't Deshaun Sanders say something to him too about her?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't tell no boy nothing when he want it.
Mm-mm.
Nah, he
No.
cool. He 22. He good. He go.
No, he's not good. He's still
Nah,
his
he ain't
brain ain't
good.
developed,
Nah,
baby.
No,
come
that's what I'm
on. He
saying.
he
So
not
he
gonna play
cool to
like that.
go
'Cause
through
he's
that.
not good.
He's
He done
not
got
good.
cracked. He
No.
got cracked.
And she pregnant. Look like.
Name, give me 5 successful 22-year-olds got married and stayed in there and it was all good. Y'all
All
name them. Let's
right,
go. Hurry
but
up.
he has no prenup. All
Come
right,
on. I need
first
you
of
to
all, he
name
has
them.
no
Let's go.
I
prenup.
can't.
Magic
Right.
Johnson.
22. He good.
But that was back then. I'm talking about
Yeah.
now. We're
Jordan.
talking about now.
Um.
We're talking about now to these women today. Name them, because I can't.
I can't.
The struggle gonna be real.
Mm-hmm. The struggle is real.
And Nicole Smith.
She was a diva.
Yeah, she's the only 22 I know who made it out. No, let me stop.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better stick with what you know. My brother make a lot of money. The women now, and he was cool when he was 22. Now he's 31. But now that he out there making that big money, other races are coming
Let
in.
me ask you a question, because I was on this panel earlier and it kind of rubbed me off the wrong way, because he was saying like how he feel like resentment towards women now, because now it's like back then I wasn't high, now I got money on me type situation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm like, do your
Like
brothers
that.
want to date them
No,
type
Like
of women?
he don't. But they put pressure on him. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. They put pressure on him. But like I told him, I said, this girl been with you and you've been going through the struggle. And I'm gonna tell my brothers like it is. I got 3 of them. I don't care if I hurt their feelings or not. They always say, sis, I want a woman just like my sister. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. I want my woman to be like you. Well, you got that. So you might want to sit your BLK ASS down, because it ain't nothing out there. And I talk to them just like that. I let them know. You're gonna get out here, you're gonna get used. They really only like you because of the woman you got beside you. They want her liked. That's what that's what a lot of men don't realize. They don't really like you. They see
Well,
the woman
They
beside you
want
and
the
they want that
professional.
woman's light. They want that light.
Mhm.
That's what they want. They
But
want your woman, actually.
are they listening
yeah,
to
they
you?
want the breakup. They
But
want
are
the
they
breakup.
listening to you,
They want the
Christine?
breakup.
Is it
Yeah,
They
listening to
get
you?
them women out
And see
here.
if they can actually break up that happy home. That's
yeah,
it.
they want the
Some of
But
them
breakup.
most of the time
secluded.
they can. Most of the time they can.
Is
They
it, are they
very
li-
vindictive out here. They
are
very
they
Why
vindictive
you
listening
out
know
to
here.
what
you?
she doing?
Are the
She
brothers
But it
listening
also
to you?
depends on the love
Oh yeah,
that the
They
husband and
are?
the wife have for
yeah.
each other. You know,
They
I
like
listen.
had I had a
That's
side
good.
bitch tell me that she was, well. Let me watch my language. But I had a mistress tell me that she told the husband to give the wife money. Mind you, the ex-wife. Well, she wasn't even the ex-wife at the time. They were still going through, the prenups or whatever. But she made it seem like she allowed it for her. So I just feel like, I don't know why I said that, but I feel like I said that for a reason. So I feel like I said that for a reason. So I heard something like, well, the side pieces always feel entitled, so it's always something like the wife never like. Does the wife really run the show? Is she really doing it, or is it the male? Like, does he got control? What's going on?
Let's
Okay,
just
I'm
be
gonna tell you
honest
something else.
here.
The men sleep with them, and
But
they
let,
don't have emotions to the side chick. They don't have emotions to them. But y'all gotta remember, you're dealing with women when you cheat. Those women gonna develop emotion, and they gonna come and they gonna go for what you got.
I
You
understand
can
if you
cheat
got
all
a
you
lot of
want
money.
to.
If
Well,
you
see,
got a lot of money,
You can cheat all you
you got
want to.
Hold
if
on,
you
wait,
got
wait, wait. Let Stack talk.
the
Let Stack
raw,
talk.
if you got
the
some
side
money,
piece is the raw
if you have
relationship.
I can't talk, forget it.
Go ahead, baby. No. Mm-mm.
If you have money, you can have some beautiful women. If you got a whole lot of money, you can have access to some of the most beautiful women on earth. That's just what it is. If I had fame and money, I wouldn't get married and I wouldn't settle down because of that fact.
Go ahead, Asaya. Asaya. King, did you want to say something?
I'm just listening, y'all. I'm
Stop
listening.
away and
I'm listening.
nothing's coming out. Oh my gosh. I
Okay.
said the side piece gets everything because he's real raw with her. He can talk to her about anything, and he does. He can treat her any kind of way, and she accepts it. He, when he goes home, he has to be a certain way. There's boundaries there. But with the side piece, it's like, they're friends, they're buddies,
Yeah,
they're partners.
yeah.
Like the side piece knows how to
Mary,
play her
It's like
position.
Yeah, she plays her
the ops is
position.
beating up. The ops is beating up the hate on me.
why
Like,
get
seriously.
married then? If you want
Mm-hmm.
you can have a side piece. You can have that person where you don't have to have
She's
any
not a side piece.
involvement.
She's a
Why
Not a
sister
get
side
wife.
piece
married?
unless he's married.
She's
Mm-hmm.
not a side piece. She's a sister wife. She's a girlfriend. She's a confidant.
Well, what if
But that's
the
my
other
If
woman
point.
you
doesn't
cheat
You
on
can
accept
me,
it?
I'm
still
gone.
you can
You cheat
still
on me,
have
I'm
all of
gone.
that without getting married. There
But
are
he wants to
plenty
be
of
married. It's
men.
a
You don't
man's.
gotta have
It's a
that.
man's world. Okay, he
No.
could be married
It's
Come
not
on,
really a
and
don't
man's
still
get
have
world.
that.
technical.
Like
It's a
No,
man's
you guys
world.
are
You see how
continuously
Shaquille
saying
O'Neal is living right now? He got 3 white women living in his castle right now.
It's not a man's world, though. That does not
it
mean it's a man's
is.
world. Women
I'd rather
allow
be with
that.
one man
Women allow
because
that. If
This
women
world
didn't
Men
never
allow
say
control
certain,
that.
marriage. Men
if
control
You know
women
it's a
marriage.
didn't
man's
allow
world.
certain things to
They
happen, a lot
control
of men would.
marriage.
Men control marriage.
listen, like being with multiple women is a lot of headaches and problems, and I don't got
Exactly.
If
time
you
for that,
picking the
man.
wrong women, I'm
Like I'd
sure it
rather be
is.
with
They
just
know about
one.
each other and you got money, it ain't no headache.
And
Nah,
hello, staff.
like
You have to
I
understand
ain't
when
talking
that
about
man
that, but
puts
all I'm gonna
on
say
that
is
wedding
that
band,
I'd rather
when he
just be with
puts
one.
when he puts on
And
that
that's
wedding
you're
band,
allowed to have that
every
preference.
So you
woman
see
in the
how what's the
streets
name?
wants
What's the
him.
R&B singer that got all them 3 girlfriends?
Neo,
Neo.
Neo,
Neo.
Neo.
Neil.
And he was married.
Yes,
Wasn't Neil married?
at
Yeah,
the
Yes.
end of
but
the
see,
day, I'm
And
raising
he
two
got
little
divorced, and
girls.
he
he
got
kept
all
getting
these
in
women,
trouble for
right?
so-called cheating. So he decided to live in his truth. He was never cheating.
Mhm.
It was always his truth, but he was trying to fit to the standard and the comfort of a woman. So he was saying that he was cheating when you were always a poly man. You were never cheating.
He was a
He was
polyman.
cheating.
No, he wasn't.
If she
He
didn't, if she didn't know that that's what she was getting herself into, he was cheating. He
no,
committed to
but
her
yeah,
as a
but the only
monogamous.
reason
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. He committed to her, to both of those women as as a monogamous couple. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying there's anything wrong with him being in a polygamous relationship because he seems to be happy now. That's great. But if that's what you want, then you shouldn't be in a monogamous and having a woman think you're in a monogamous when you really want to be in a polygamous. That's why I say he was cheating because both of the wives, Crystal and his first wife, they didn't know that that's what he wanted because he didn't share that. So he was cheating on them. He
Mm-hmm.
wrote songs
well,
about
I
him
feel
being a good man. He wants to be a good man because he got caught cheating.
yeah, but that's just him trying to apologize and appeal to the emotions of the woman to try to get her back. That's why he was singing them songs like that. Anytime a man is saying, I'm cheating, that first, men do not cheat. That's how women feel. That's how you feel. You feel like he cheated on you. He made a choice and a decision.
You said men don't cheat.
Men
Ain't
are
gonna like
People
that.
No, men
cheat.
Ain't
don't
gonna
cheat.
like that,
No,
Melanie.
No,
men,
Stack.
no,
I'm
men do
saying
not
it's not
cheat.
just men, it's people. People
And if
cheat.
he,
everybody
but if he
cheats.
cheated, he
Everybody
cheated
cheats
himself first.
emotionally.
Men
Everybody
and
cheats.
women cheat.
Yeah, but if
Everybody
he's cheating
cheats.
on anyone, if he's cheating on anyone, he's cheating on himself because men shouldn't automatically have to be. I have to say that I'm monogamous. It's not even on a broad scale. It's not even in a man's natural nature unless he chooses it. It's not the woman is not in charge whether he chooses to be monogamous or not. This is him and what he chooses to do. So the fact that
Oh
most of the
shit,
women
here
make
we
it where a
go.
man has to sign up for monogamy in order to have you is why you guys get lied to and then want to call it cheating. You didn't even create a
But
platform
no,
for him to be an honest man to begin with. You never know him because you put in all these conditions about what he bet not do rather than getting to know him by who he
at
is.
the end of the day, if you want to be in a polygamous situation, there is nothing wrong with that.
Staying up
As
front.
long as you are honest about it with that woman,
Mm-hmm.
you have to give me the choice. If that's not the
Okay, but
hold
maybe
on, Melanin. If that's not the lifestyle that I want for me, it's not fair that you push that on me. So now you've made me feel as if we're in a monogamous situation because we've had this conversation. Most monogamous people do, and if you're a polygamist, you have that. I have a cousin who's polygamy, and he's very honest. When he meets a woman, there's no secret, there's no pretending to be monogamy. He lets them know up front. They
but
either accept it or they don't,
but
and
you want to
that's
And a
know.
lot of
being
them be cool with
Look
it
at
honest.
too.
Nick Cannon.
Well, wait, but
Look at
you
Nick
want to know what
Cannon.
else is
He's
not fair?
honest.
You want to
He's
know what else is
honest.
not fair? That you guys want to show up like you're enough, and the majority of women is not enough for this monogamous thing that they ask for. You guys do not be enough for what you're asking for. And when he gave you monogamy, it's with the hopes that you were going to live up to what he wanted from you. And you guys do not live up to these standards. You don't live up to his needs. You don't live up to the things that he needs. And now he has
Bro,
to
you
be
trying to
labeled
have a
as a
whole
cheater
advocacy.
and be
Now
degraded
cook now.
because you said you could do what I needed. You said you were under my command and my leadership and you are not performing. But because I want to stick true to my vows and my commitment to you, because my love is unconditional, but I have needs. Now I'm being labeled as doing something wrong, but you actually are not performing. And if I come to you with this, you're not going to meet me with understanding because you don't even understand what I did. You calling me a cheater rather than self-reflecting first. Before
And
you
check
guys
this
go
lady.
labeling a man
So
a
are you?
cheater,
So
you
is
need
this
to
man?
ask
Is this
yourself,
man
did you
acting
show
out?
up?
Is this
Hold
Did
man
on,
you
what's
acting
the
show
out
up?
title? Because I
before he
like this
communicates?
topic. Hold on,
Did
we
you
got
show
to.
up the way that you needed to for this monogamy that you wanted? Before you label him a cheater, ask yourself, am I everything? Did I do everything that I was supposed to do? And if the answer is no within yourself, why are you labeling him anything? You need to seek understanding. You need to try to figure out how we got here. But why is he automatically labeled a cheater?
So is she a cheater if she does?
Yes, men and women are not equal.
Oh, I agree that men and women are not equal. So what you're saying is this. Let me understand what you're saying. You're saying that if a man goes and gets something from another woman who's not his wife, he's not a cheater. But if a
No.
woman goes and gets something sexual from someone that's not her husband, she is.
Yes. So who brings forth life?
Like
Who has
this
a
Okay, so
now,
I'm
who
gonna
man.
tell
has a
y'all
bigger
something. The views are gonna be
responsibility?
different.
Who has the bigger responsibility? Who brings forth life? I bring forth life. My womb is sacred. And this is why it matters. This is why it
Hey, you
matters what
better
I'm
learn
But
doing.
something
he's
from
the
him.
This is
Hey,
why we are
leader.
not
you
equal.
better learn
And
something
that's
from him.
why he doesn't want
You're a
you to
saint,
cheat
baby.
because you'll
A
bring
saint.
somebody else's baby in his house.
Exactly, which is also that's also that's disgraceful.
Yes, it
And if
is.
he goes
So
and
one
has
thing
kids,
I
he
I
knows
don't
am.
know if
he
I was
knows he knows
if
where
my
he's
mic was
planted his
muted. If
seed.
my mic was muted before I was saying this, but was
Oh,
he
go ahead now.
communicating before he stepped out on this relationship, like you said? Like, I just want to know, was this a communication before he stepped out and did what he did,
She's
or
so
like did he
beautiful.
Hopes, but
come forth with this?
so my whole point is that part that doesn't matter. That should not matter because that should not matter because the bigger picture is how did we get here?
I
Why
am
did
not
your
a
man
mind
tell you
reader.
that he was
I am not a
monogamous and
mind
now
reader.
he isn't
I
no
don't know
longer?
what you want unless you say it.
No, it's about holding yourself accountable. Hold yourself
How am I
accountable.
going to be
If
accountable if
I
you
know that
don't
I'm
communicate
performing,
that
if
with
I know
me?
that I'm performing top tier, If I know I'm performing top tier, if I know I showed up as a virgin, if I know that I'm walking in what I said to be true, and then you do something, I have every right to go there. And you know what? He's not going to say nothing. He's going to let me tear the house down if I choose to, because he understands it's a big betrayal. Because he'll understand that I did not deserve whatever is happening. But most of the time, you guys rah rah rah, and you're not even what you think you are. You are not enough. You guys want the career and the family, and you want to have smecks when you feel like it. And if it's that time of the month, just deal with it, sir. I have no, what do you want me to do? Like, you guys do not live up
But
to the
I think
standard.
that falls back on the communication part. Like,
No, why does he have to
saying it doesn't
communicate
matter.
his needs?
You're saying
Let her
communication.
finish. Let her finish.
This is
She
a
has
simple
message.
need. How does he need to communicate that he needs smecks? Before you got the ring, you understood the assignment. Couldn't keep you off of him before you got married.
So, Melanie, who is they? You keep saying they. Who is they?
If
Real
if it doesn't
personal. This
apply,
not
let it
like
fly.
I'm sorry.
No, I was
don't
just
wanna-
asking who you're considering as
Just
they.
talking in general.
I'm talking in general. So if it don't apply, I expect anyone that it doesn't apply to let it fly.
So I 100% believe in the man as the leader. I 100% believe that it's up to the woman to submit as well as it is to a man to submit to God. But what you're just saying, if a man is out there giving up his body to another woman, that is not of God. And if you are submitting to God as the leader, because that's what you're talking about, submission and a man being the leader and the women following. If you're the leader and you're going outside of the marriage and you answer to God, tell me how that is acceptable
No,
to God.
so first of all, he answers to God and you answer to him. The children answer
Correct.
to you.
Okay, so I'm asking you, if he steps out, tell me
But
how that's acceptable to God.
that's not the conversation. He doesn't owe you that conversation. He owes
I'm
God that
Okay,
asking
Mr.
conversation.
you.
Parker.
She
No,
was
I'm
no,
praying
asking
because
properly.
you.
no,
She was praying
I've heard a lot.
properly.
I've heard this whole conversation.
Hold
Melanie,
on,
but
hold on,
maybe you're
Tiffany.
praying.
And in
Hold
the
So
on.
Bible,
say
they
it.
You're
had
praying.
hold
Hold
Maybe
on,
God
on.
is
let me
I
not
ask
asked
you,
Melanie
Bond.
a
listening.
question. Hold
But
Ladies,
on,
you
we
I
guys,
need
asked
to
you
her a
pick
guys bring
question.
up
ourselves
the
and learn
Bible,
from
but
these
in the
women.
Bible, they had wives and
Be a
concubines.
woman
So why are
saying
we
this.
No,
talking
they
about
didn't
the
have.
Bible?
You're not talking about the New Testament. We're under the
It
New
doesn't
Testament.
matter. The Bible is
It
the
does
Bible.
She's in the
matter.
It's
It
Y'all
matrix.
there.
does
talking about
matter.
America. Back in Africa, it wouldn't be this.
Thank you.
Even
We're not in
hold on.
Africa, Stan.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
but
it's an
Jungle,
American
why does a
even in
philosophy.
the
man?
Hold
jungle,
on, we
baby,
got to
even
talk
in the
one by one
jungle,
so we can make
the
sure we
women
hear
choose the
everybody.
leaders of their pack. Wait, what are y'all really even talking about? Like, women
Baby,
choose
you
the
gotta
leaders
learn
of their
something. Come
pack.
on.
Even the Lion Kingdom, they choose the leader of their pack. If he's not qualified, they will jump him out of the pack. The women will beat that man
Yeah, and that
out
leader
of the
has how
pack.
many
So
wives?
my
That leader
thing is,
has how many women?
if
He's the
he's not
only man with
performing,
all those
if he's
women,
not
though.
leading, if a man is not leading me to what I need him to get me to, why is that okay for him to step out on me because
She's
he's
only
not
talking
providing
about what's in
enough?
truly. She's only talking about what's in a man's nature. Y'all can't see it. It's a
I
man's
Exactly. And
nature.
then
understand.
you're
No, I
bringing up the
understand.
Lion
No,
Kingdom. You're bringing up
baby,
the
I
Lion
understand. I
Kingdom,
understand what's in the
but you're
man's
bringing up
nature.
the Lion Kingdom. You brought the Lion Kingdom, but there's only one king with all the women. Okay, and if she has children by another king prior to him, that the children die or they're casted out. So what are we talking about?
Uh-huh.
I'm talking the same thing you talking about. If a
No,
man is
no, you're
supposed
not,
to
because that's not a
lead,
good example.
how you expect me to submit to a man who's not leading to me properly? You understand? How am I supposed to
How is that
if
not
he can't
leading
even
properly?
communicate to me the things he wants?
What is a man supposed to be doing when he's leading?
She's teaching
Providing,
y'all.
correct?
She's
He's
God,
teaching
supposed to be
y'all.
a provider, correct? So
provide, protect, and
what does
lead.
his sexual
She's not
desires have
teaching
to
me
do with
nothing. I'm
his
sorry.
leadership?
Baby teaching
What
you.
does his sexual desires have to do with his leadership? If he's a provider, what is that? That has nothing to do with his sexual desires. You guys are
Trey,
trying
a
to
man
make
can have
women
You
many
often.
babies.
dangerous, Melanie. You dangerous, girl. You
She's not
dangerous.
No, I'm
dangerous.
not.
A man can
There's
have
nothing
many
dangerous.
That's
babies
I'm gonna
at
marry
dangerous.
once.
that
Why?
A
woman
woman
Because
can
though.
you're
only give
saying
No,
birth
it's
one
not.
time.
She has a right to feel how
You're
she
allowed to
feels.
have your
no,
own
She has a
thoughts.
right to feel how she feels. I don't think
everything
there's.
she's
Hey,
saying is
nobody.
validated. I'm
Let me
not taking
finish.
anything that she's saying away.
But he
The
Tiffany, can
husband
I
is correct.
finish? Can I please
Okay.
finish,
I'm sorry. We
Tiffany?
getting a
will a
little
Can
man
I
passionate.
teach?
speak? Please finish,
Yeah,
Ask
hold on.
Tiffany.
Let
yourself.
pick
Hold
me.
on,
So
I
we're
Ask
gonna
got
let
Y'all
pick
like the
me.
way
yourself.
she
Can I
thinks.
Hold
please
on.
finish?
Ask yourself.
Hold on.
Can I just finish my
We're
statement?
gonna let pick me and then Asaya go.
Okay.
I was gonna say is Melanie has a right to how she feels. There is nothing wrong with her stating
Amen.
her opinion
That's a
about.
beautiful mind and a beautiful soul.
Can I finish? There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with everybody, with other people not necessarily agreeing with her. The thing is that we can't say that she's dangerous because her opinions are her opinions. Nothing wrong with it. Majority of the time, Melanin and I agree with a lot, because I do believe women don't hold up to the bargain that they expect men. I do believe that women are very narcissistic. It's all about them and what they want. And but when it comes to when she mentioned the cheating, that's why I kind of got a little off kilter, because for me, in a marriage, as the head, you are the head and you are the leader. So the things that you would be doing to me represent our family. And there shouldn't be anything that you're doing that would shame us as a family, nor would I do anything to shame my family as the helpmate to my husband. There's no way I'm going to do anything like that, and there's no way he's going to do anything like that. He's not going to go cheat. It is our job as women to make sure that we take care of our men, not sexually, emotionally, mentally, whatever we need to do, because it is rough out there. Sometimes women, and I don't want to say sometimes, a lot of times women only want what they want and they forget about the man. It is so common that a lot of men are unaliving themselves. Men are not allowed to share their emotions. Men are not allowed to be men. Men are not like, they don't feel comfortable with women. I'm saying I agree with a lot of what Melanie is saying, right? However, if my husband cheats, we don't do that, because he should never have to question about getting smecks. Anytime he wants it, he should be able to get it. Anytime I want it, he should be able to get it. But I'm understanding sometimes you're tired. You're working 70, 80 hours or whatever. So I think what she's saying is we as women need to hold up our end of the bargain as far as being a helpmate, and not expect him to be everything to us and we're nothing to him. So at the end of the day, as women, we need to step our game up. But we're constantly telling men what they're not doing, and how they're falling short. But we're never looking at ourselves to say, hey, I need to hold myself accountable. I get what she's saying if he's cheating. What am I doing to make you go out? Am I not giving it to you enough? Am I telling you no? Am I constantly sleeping? Do I constantly have that dang bonnet on my head? Do I constantly walk around the house with moo-moos on, and not appealing to my husband because I've gotten into this rut? So I think we as women have to do the same things that we did to keep him, to get him. We want him to do the same things that he did to get us, but then we don't want to do the same things that we did to get him. So
100%.
I just say that we as women have to step our game up as opposed to being offended. Again, I don't agree about the cheating. That's one thing. But for the most part, I do believe that women aren't doing their part in a marriage.
Pastors lying to the public, they ain't got the truth in them. Lights out, gas off, boot listed city pimping. Blocks on fire cause the homeowners broke as fuck. Taxes up, water bill higher than a Civic truck.